Guys, they kicked me off Submithub. Can you believe it? No, relax. I'm still on the platform. But I do have a story about how I was kicked off Submithub. And everything is cool now, so keep sending your submissions. Kev Rowe, Americana Country by singer-songwriter Kev Rowe. My name is Kev Rowe. I'm a lifelong musician. I've done well over 2,000 shows all over the country, either as a solo performer or with my bands. I've released over 150 songs on Spotify at this point. I've got 10 albums on Spotify. I've recorded in lots of pro studios all over the country. And I also have a side gig as a playlist curator here on Submithub. And if you've been watching these Submithub videos, thank you for watching, and I hope you've subscribed at this point. If not, please subscribe to the channel because I'm going to continue to be making both Submithub videos, but also like life as a musician videos. So it could be about Spotify or Apple Music or music marketing or anything in the music business also. So let's get to the story. Okay, I got on Submithub in the year of 2020. I think it was March of 2020. I know it was before the bad time we had in 2020. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say those words on, the C word. No, not that one. The co word. The pan ick. Anyway, I was on Submithub right before that, and I was loving the platform. It's so cool. For those who don't know, Submithub is a platform where independent musicians can submit their music to people in the music industry. Playlist curators like myself who have huge playlists on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube, and bloggers, people who blog about it. I think there are other people you can submit to also, but I can't remember. So I was loving the platform back in 2020. I had been building my playlist for a couple years, mostly to promote my own original music. I've said this before in other videos, but my playlists have three categories of artists. Artists that you know, so like James Taylor or Kenny Chesney or Taylor Swift, or even smaller known like Zach Bryan or Tyler Childers or Amos Lee or Ray LaMontagne, all the way to independent musicians like yourself. So I was loving the platform, cruising through my music every day, listening, enjoying, giving reviews, and being a part of it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I went into my my account, and there was a notification that said, your profile has been removed due to your playlist having too many songs from the same artist. And guess who that artist was? Me. So yes, and this is kind of controversial because I still don't quite understand the rationale behind why I was kicked off Submithub in the first place. Again, okay, I've been back on Submithub since, November of last year. Now it's August. So, almost 10 months that I've been active on the platform again. And again, I'm still active there. They put me back on the platform. Everything's cool. So keep submitting. But when I was kicked off, I got this message that I was kicked off because I had too many of my own songs on my playlists. And I was like, so? What's wrong with that? I mean, they're my playlists that I've spent a lot of money and time and energy communicating to the rest of the world that they exist. And I've spent a lot of time, energy, and money in recording my own songs and music, which would put me in a certain genre to build those playlists. So I'm still trying to figure out the rationale behind it, behind that rule. And I think on a technical level, I should tell you, I think it's if you have over 50% of the same artist on a certain playlist, they will remove it from the system. I think. I'm not quite sure on that. And what happens is I might have one playlist with 100 songs, let's say 150 songs, right? A huge playlist with lots of songs on it. And then all the independent ones drop off at the same time. And only my songs, a higher percentage of my songs are left over, and maybe I hit 51, 52%, and then they take it down. And that has not happened in the 10 months since I've been on the platform. Now I'm sure to keep the percentage of my own songs on my playlists usually between 20 and 30%. Sometimes if I've got new releases, it will go up to 40%. But I'm walking that line, and I never try to go over 50% because I don't want my playlist to get kicked off the platform. So yeah, let me go back into the reasoning for why I think this rule is ridiculous. You got to remember, the people who go to my playlists off of social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, either through my organic content in posting to my community or through my paid meta ads, which are primarily on Instagram, those people hear my music first. It's the first impression. It's like they get an ad, they hear my music, they see the picture, they click through, they go to a landing page sometimes. Right now I'm using two services, Hyped It and the Submithub links that are available to us here on Submithub. I'll make a video about that sometime. They go to that landing page, then they click over, and then they go to the DSP. Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube, wherever you like to listen to music. Most of it's Spotify. So they hear my music in the ad, they click through, they're intrigued and interested because of the music that I have recorded. They go over to the playlist, the Spotify playlist. Let's say it's Coffee Songs. And they see the picture that I've shown them. They see my songs there. And they go, yeah, I'm interested in this artist and this playlist that he's created. So they are interested in all this other material. Especially, James Taylor or Paul Simon and the ones that they know, but they're also open-minded enough to say, yeah, I'll check out the independent artists too. So I'm gonna hang in there with this playlist and see what this artist, Kev Rowe, who I'm interested in, recommends as far as musical tastes goes. Maybe he understands this genre that I like. And then they go on to listen to the playlist. But why were they originally there? Because of my music, because the thing that I showed them. So for these platforms, Submithub, Playlist Push, Sound Campaign, Groover, all these platforms, to make this arbitrary rule that I can only have a certain percentage of my songs on there, I feel is unjust. Now let's play devil's advocate here and let me look from Submithub's perspective. I think that their argument is that by doing this, they're maintaining the quality standards for what their playlist curators make available to other musicians. Those are tricky territory, and like I try to go to this with an open heart and an open mind and put myself in their shoes, because they do have a lot of playlist curators who use a lot of questionable techniques to grow playlists and distribute music. So they have to watch these playlists and make sure they know what they're doing, and that they are maintaining a certain high level of quality and not playing. Well, I'm not sure if it's playing favorites. That definitely happens. Other video. But yeah, the rationale behind why I can't have so many of my songs on my playlists and still make them available on Submithub is that they're trying to keep the quality high. So I can respect that. Do I think it's right? No, I don't. Because who are they to determine the quality of the listening session when the listener themselves bought into my playlist because my music is on it? So at some point I hope to have this conversation with them. Should the percentage go up to like 60%? No, I think probably the percentage shouldn't exist at all. Yeah, I think it's kind of an arbitrary rule, but I'm aware that it exists, and I look forward to hearing the reasons for why. maybe there are technical things that I'm not thinking about, that they know that I don't. So yes, I'm still on the platform. What happened was I was gone for almost 3 years, and then I signed up again in November of 2023, and I've been listening ever since, and I've been very conscious of not putting too many of my songs on my playlist at the same time, and being aware of this rule. Why am I telling you this story? Great question. I think really the reason why I'm telling you is because it's important to diversify and not be so uniplatformed, if that's a word. Like, not to spend too much of your time on the same platform and pledging too much of your allegiance to it, because anybody can kick you off of any platform at any time. Any of them. Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of these platforms can kick you off whenever they want. And you like to think that by building a strong digital castle and playing by everyone's rules, you're immune to it, but you're not immune to it, and neither am I. Like, you have to be aware of all these things. Lately, I've been trying to spend more of my time in traffic to Apple Music because Spotify is so huge, and if they took me down, that would be a hit. And I've got a big YouTube following here. Thank you for subscribing if you have. I have a big Facebook following, like Instagram. You got to be on all of them, but not like too pot committed on each one of them. So that's pretty much the lesson of this story, is diversify. I do love Submithub. I think it's a lot of fun, and I'll continue to be over here. So if you'd like to submit some of your music, please do. Just go to Submithub and look up Americana Country by singer-songwriter Kev Rowe, and I'll be listening to your music in a few minutes. So I'll see you over there. Bye.